Alright, this episode was just wow. I mean, it seems like each week is getting better than the last one. I didn't think it was possible. So we start off with the Ashoka here. I mean, look how awesome it looks. She really nailed Ashoka, man. I don't care for Ashoka personally. I think he's a crappy character, but I mean, in this real life version of her is just awesome, man. I mean, this is just they really nailed it. And there she is, Rosario Dawson. I mean, she literally is Ashoka. I mean, they really nailed it here. That's pretty good. So this lady here is running this. I guess you'd call it like a camp or something, and she's just this dictator, and Ashoka is trying to get information from her, which the lady is won't give to her. She just messes with Ashoka. So Ahsoka just keeps killing all these assassins and snipers and everything. She's really trying to kill her. She doesn't want her getting in there. So the Mando arrives here to the planet, and he's at this outpost, and they let him in there. And here's the lady, the magistrate. She's trying to make a deal with him that if he'll kill Ahsoka, she'll give him this Beskar spear here. And he just plays along with her. He doesn't want to kill Ashoka. He just wants to meet her. So he goes, okay, all right, well, we'll do this. So he goes out there and looks for Ashoka, and sure enough, he finds her. Now this I like. I mean, look at that. She's hitting him with both the lightsabers at once, and that armor is so strong, that Beskar. I mean, look at that. If this was anybody else, they'd be like an amputee right now and dead, and she would have just sliced through them like nothing. Sometimes I wonder why the Emperor didn't get Beskar for for the stormtroopers. I mean, look at this. This guy is literally taking lightsaber hits, and it's just like bouncing off of him. So they get in a bit of a stalemate, and he's like, hey, Bo-Katan sent me. Let's chill out here. And she's like, okay, well, he's like, I want you to train this kid here. And she sits down, and she has this long force conversation with him or something. I mean, he's ESP or something here. They're communicating somehow. And the baby is telling him that he was at the Clone Wars temple when Anakin came in there and was slaughtering everybody, and he somehow got away. And his name is Grogu. And they don't really say it so much, but I get the impression that she knows that he doesn't want to be a Jedi. And ever since Anakin, she's like got this phobia about teaching anybody or doing anything since she saw what happened to Anakin, and that whole mess there. And she's not even a Jedi anyways. She's I don't remember what happened on the Clone Wars. Just something happened where I think she left the Order, if I remember right. I think they were going to kick her out or disagreed about something, but I remember her leaving the Jedi Order, so she's not even really she's not a Jedi, I guess. She's not bound by their oath or their code or whatever the hell. So she has this long talk with him, and, she tells Mando that, I can't train him after what happened with Anakin, and, I'm just not going to do it. And then he's like, well, this lady sent me out here to kill you. I didn't want to kill you. I want you to train the kid. So if I help you kill this lady or do whatever you're trying to do in here? Will you teach the kid? And she doesn't say she is going to. She just kind of like makes him believe that, okay, yeah, I'll train the kid. So they go and they do like this 2-man raid, and this is just pure awesome. I mean, this is just really, this whole, it's just Ashoka just killing all these bodyguards and droids and everything in this place. And the Mando, he pops in there and gets the guards to the magistrate's door, and then him and her are, just, hey, we're here. So the Mandalorian, he's basically guarding the door, and Ahsoka's like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and kill this lady and all this, and Mando's like waiting outside here, and that there's a bodyguard guy, and him and this guy have like an Old West, 12 o'clock high showdown thing. And so anyways, Ashoka gets in there, and this lady's like, I'm gonna kill you with this spear and all this. And so they have like this big fight, which is quite interesting. And I don't know, it kind of bothered me how the lady got a little bit the better of Ahsoka on here, but I mean, it was a decent fight. I mean, I don't know if I'm assuming this lady is dead. They don't show her dying or anything, but I'm assuming Ahsoka killed her. I don't really know for sure. I mean, they don't really show it on there. So the Mando goes and gets the baby, and he's going to bring it back to her, and Ashoka, she shows up there, and she's like, look, I'm sorry, I can't train him. I don't want him to end up like Anakin or being used for evil and all of this. And he's like, hey, we had a deal here, lady. You can't just do this. And she's like, okay, well, take him to Tython and set him on a pyramid or something, and the Force will speak to him. And you know what kind of bothers me about this? Okay, I didn't show this scene, but so the Mando is walking back to the ship, okay? And the baby is sitting in there with the door open, where anybody could have walked in there and just taken the baby or killed it for the bounty. It's like he's totally forgotten that there's a bounty on this kid. I mean, this whole season, he's just letting the kid hang out and go wherever. And I mean, he's had this kid in so many vulnerable positions that I really don't know how it's still alive here. I mean, I'm glad the baby's alive, but I mean, he's kind of reckless with it this season. So he's a little bit pissed off, but he's like, okay, well, I'll take it there and I'll set him up there and we'll see what happens. Now, I'm guessing what's going to happen here is, and I'm hoping that Luke Skywalker is going to sense this, because he's trying to rebuild the Jedi right now or whatever. This is before he got cucked to hell and became a loser. So I'm hoping Luke will sense this. But on the other hand, I'm wondering if there's going to be Sith or a dark side person that can feel this too, because, well, let me think. I think Darth Maul is dead right now, but I'm not 100% sure. I know he escaped that thing. I know Obi-Wan kills him at some point, but I don't know. I mean, he was on that Rebels show, but... And then the other thing is, I don't know if they tie this into this new garbage. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't want Snoke to suddenly appear and be like, oh, there's a Force kid and all this, or the Emperor to, sense him or whatever. And they need to separate this from this god-awful sequel trilogy. This needs to be a separate thing from that. If they if they tie this in, and it looks like they're going to do it because that, I think it was episode 3 where they were raiding that base or whatever, and it looked like Snoke clones were in there from what I could see. It looked like Snoke was in there. So, I don't know. I really hope they don't tie it to that sequel garbage. But that's this episode, and I liked it a lot. I cannot wait for the next episode. I mean, they really nailed Ahsoka on here. I'm hoping we get to see a CGI Luke or something. I don't know how they're going to do this, but I mean, these last couple of episodes, I have not been disappointed. They have been killing it. They've kept out the woke garbage. There's none of this crazy transgender or homosexual or identity crap where they're obsessing over people's sexuality garbage. None of that. There's none of that woke crap in here. It's just pure story. And I hope they stick to it because this is one of the rare things I can watch nowadays that doesn't have all this woke garbage and the show dies. So, see ya next week.